We call them potentially habitable. The phrase sounds cautious, scientific, but underneath it hums a deeper instinct. We want to believe that somewhere out there, a world exists that's just close enough. Not Earth, but Earth-like. Something we could recognize. Something that could forgive us. But habitability isn't binary. It isn't a light switch. It's a tightrope walk through variables. Surface temperature, atmospheric pressure, radiation shielding, chemical balance, tidal forces, orbital stability. The habitable zone, the so-called Goldilocks region, is only the first filter. It just means the planet isn't immediately lethal. Mars is in our habitable zone, so is Venus. Mars is frozen and bare, with no magnetic field to hold its air. Venus, just a bit closer to the Sun, is a 470-degree pressure cooker where it rains acid. Both sit in the safe zone. Neither is safe. Proximity doesn't equal possibility. Kepler 452b is 1,400 light-years away. It's 60% larger than Earth and orbits a sun-like star. The temperature might allow for water, and the surface might be solid. But the gravity would be twice ours. Your lungs wouldn't work the same. Your blood might pool in strange ways. Every heartbeat would feel heavier, literally. Even walking would exhaust you. And yet, we imagine standing there, looking up, seeing clouds that feel oddly familiar. Because we're not searching for parameters, we're searching for memory. Imagine this, a planet where the numbers match Earth's profile almost perfectly. Same pressure, same temperature, even traces of water ice. But you land, and there's no sound. No birds, no rustling leaves, no wind. Just silence so absolute it becomes a weight on your skin. You remove your helmet. The air is breathable, technically, but sterile, like a hospital with no patients. You listen, instinctively, for life. There's none. She walks across this world. Her boots make no sound in the thin dust. She stops, kneels, picks up a smooth stone, perfectly round, like it's been polished by time. But there's no water here, no weather, just geology repeating itself. She turns the stone in her hand, waits. Nothing happens. It's beautiful, but empty. This is the difference between a world that can host life and a world that remembers it. Because Earth is not just numbers, it's process, entanglement. It's what happens when hydrogen meets patience, when microbes dig in, when forests teach the sky to breathe. And that's what we're really looking for. Not just a place to live, a place that feels like it misses us. We've cataloged over 5,000 exoplanets. Statistically, hundreds of millions more wait just beyond detection. Among them, super-Earths, mini-Neptunes, ocean worlds. Some orbit red dwarfs, living in eternal twilight. Others are tidally locked, one side scorched, the other frozen. And still in this chaos, we find a handful that seem familiar. TRAPPIST-1e, LHS 1140b, Kepler 62. These are the darlings of our search, rocky, stable, in the habitable zone. We model their atmospheres, paint their surfaces, guess at their colors. We imagine them as mirrors, new Earths, waiting. But familiarity is deceptive. Many of these planets are older than Earth by billions of years. If life hasn't started there by now, it probably never will. And some are too wet, completely covered in water, with no land masses. That might sound romantic, but without land, there's no way for minerals to cycle, for weather to shift, for life to evolve complexity. It's not just the presence of water, it's the rhythm between opposites. Dry and wet, dark and light, stable and disrupted. Without contrast, life has nowhere to climb. Imagine standing on a water world, nothing but horizon. No trees, no birds, just wind. You float in a sea that never touches land, and for a moment you forget direction. Without landmarks, orientation vanishes. Even gravity feels weaker. Your body loses its frame of reference, and with it, a piece of identity. She floats in that sea, a clear suit, pale light, dark eyes watching the sky, no land in sight. She whispers something, but the sound vanishes before it reaches her ears. Around her, perfect stillness, no predators, no shelter, just blue without narrative. And that's the fracture. A world can match Earth's math and still have no story. Because habitability isn't a checklist, it's a relationship. Earth didn't just host us, it changed because of us, and we changed because of it. Our bones bent to its gravity, our lungs to its atmosphere, our myths to its seasons. We are tuned to this planet like a chord. Everything else is dissonance. So we keep searching, not for another Earth, but for something that makes us feel less alone in our shape. To terraform is to assume control. to believe that with enough time, technology, and stubbornness, we can bend an alien world into something survivable. The logic is bold. The implications are dangerous. Mars is often cast as our rehearsal planet. The idea: inject potent greenhouse gases to warm the air, drop icy comets to seed water, build orbiting reflectors to simulate a stronger sun. Over centuries, the red world might turn green. Not lush, not yet, but livable. The science isn't fantasy, it's math. But the timeline is brutal. Centuries for atmosphere, millennia for ecosystems. And even then, the result may feel uncanny. Like a dream Earth remembered through fog, other planets need more radical help. On icy moons like Enceladus or Europa, we'd need to drill through kilometers of ice, warm subsurface oceans, build domes, create biospheres from scratch. On dry exoplanets, we'd need to mimic the chemistry of volcanic outgassing, simulate erosion, fake the memory of rain. The most terrifying part? Terraforming works. On Earth, we've already done it, unintentionally. CO2 levels higher than they've been in 3 million years. Oceans warming, species vanishing. We've terraformed Earth away from itself. Slowly, irreversibly. She walks through a synthetic forest on Mars. The trees are not real. Genetically engineered carbon towers that absorb CO2 and radiate heat. They sway, slightly, despite the near-zero wind. Her hand touches one. Its bark is warm, alive but not living, useful but not sacred. She steps away. The trees don't notice, and that's the fear. We might make new Earths and forget how to feel at home in them, because a planet isn't a machine, it's a dialogue. And if we forget how to listen, we'll just build mirrors that reflect only our survival, not our meaning. The urge to flee is ancient. It lives in our myths, our religions, our migrations. When danger comes, run. When the river dries, move. But what if the danger is the planet itself? What if the Earth no longer wants us? We won't admit it, not out loud, but our gaze toward the stars is tinged with guilt. We want another chance, a reset, a clean biosphere we haven't cracked yet. We look up, not as explorers but as escape artists. But space is not merciful, it's indifferent. Every plan for colonization assumes not just survival, but consent, that the universe will tolerate our biology, our ambition, our noise. She listens to a voice message on the shuttle's console. It's garbled, sent from someone still on Earth. The voice is soft, strained. The rain smells different now, it says. The birds don't sing in the mornings anymore. Tell me if your sky is still blue. She doesn't answer. She stares out at a planet below, red, vast, quiet. Meanwhile, in cryopods beneath her, seeds sleep. Genetically modified plants that can withstand ultraviolet storms and grow in alkaline dust. They are patient, more patient than us. And yet, the question remains, is this salvation or exile? Because to run is not always to survive. Sometimes it's just what we do when we can't repair what broke. And if we can't restore the world that raised us, what right do we have to raise another? The silence of the universe is louder than it should be. Billions of stars, countless planets, and yet no voices, no echoes, no light that blinks in reply. Maybe they're avoiding us, maybe they're gone. One idea haunts physicists. Civilizations may always hit a wall, a great filter, a point where technology outpaces wisdom. Nuclear fire, ecological collapse, AI misalignment, cosmic self-sabotage. What if that's the default? Maybe what we're seeing, these quiet, beautiful, uninhabited Earth-like planets, aren't beginnings, they're after-images. Scars left behind by species who reached too far, too fast, and vanished before they could finish their story. She kneels in the ruins of something not ours. No cities, no bones, just symmetry. A stone arch, half-buried, perfectly circular. Beneath it, a metal shard etched with spirals. Not language, not data, just intention. A shape meant to last. And in that shape, no warning, no welcome, just a presence. Like a lighthouse built for no one. Maybe we're not alone. Maybe we're all alone, the same way. And if the universe is watching us, maybe it's not asking if we'll survive. Maybe it's asking, will we remember? We've been asking the wrong question. Not, can we live there? But, what makes life worth living? Earth is not special because it's in the Goldilocks zone. It's special because of the music frogs make at dusk, the way leaves break light into moving shadows, the way stories feel different when told around fire. These things don't come with temperature or gravity. They come with time, with intimacy, with loss. She unseals a capsule. Inside, sound, recordings of Earth, wind through pine, thunder over savanna, a child laughing underwater. She plays them into the air of a new world, The sound dissolves instantly, no echo, just atmosphere swallowing memory. But she keeps playing them anyway. Because to make a world habitable isn't to warm it or fill it with oxygen. It's to give it a past, a ritual, a resonance. It's to plant something that doesn't belong and wait until it does. Maybe the planets we dream of are waiting. Maybe not for life, but for a story. And maybe that story starts with one sound, one hand in dust, one name whispered into air that has never known language. So what if these worlds are our future? Only if we learn how to belong again.